Alright guys, welcome back. In this video, we are going to learn how to create an fill in the blank question. So we click on add new question, we select fill in the blank, and we click on create new. The fill in the blank form opens up, and this form we have got metadata, question, answer, help, parameter, and definition. These last three tabs are same as before, just we had in case of MCQ question. In MCQ with a question tab and an options tab, this is changed to a question and an answer tab, and I'll explain you what it means. So let's start by filling in the metadata. In the metadata, I want to tell something about what this question is about. So let's base this question on, let's say this is a question about COVID-19. Let's base this question on COVID-19. I'm going to add three tabs. So I added three tabs: COVID-19, general knowledge, and healthcare. Let me go to question and start typesetting the question. In the question over here, there are three parts of this question. There's instruction, there's statement, and there is suggestion. Instruction is anything that appears before the main question that contains the blanks come in. So in the instruction, I just want to, let's just keep this question simple, let it be just true and false kind of question where we can ask a student to fill in either true or false in the blank. So let's go ahead and give the instruction. So the instruction is please identify each statement as true or false and fill in T or F in the blanks respectively. Let's go ahead and start with only one statement first. So the first statement can be COVID-19 is a disease caused by virus. So let's go ahead and put that in. It is a disease caused by a virus, so therefore this is a true statement. And I want to now, in front of the statement, I want to give a blank so that students can fill in either T or F in the blank as we've asked in the instruction. So over here, I want to declare a blank. In order to declare a blank, I start by opening an angular bracket, which is a pair of less than sign and greater than sign. Inside that, I want to write blank, specifying that this is actually a blank. Then I want to specify this blank is of what type. The blank is of the type text. And I want to give a name to the blank. And in this case, the name I will give is simply COVID-19. It's COVID-19. I'll explain you what this means. So at this point, if I was to go and click on verify, the system is going to complain. It says error, blank name do not match with answer key provided. Basically what it means is that I have provided a blank name, but I have not provided an answer key. And that answer key I have to provide over here. So before that, let's actually go ahead and even remove this part. I'll copy and remove this and just do a verify now. Again, it says no blank found, at least one blank necessary, which means that it's trying to detect a blank declaration inside this statement block. Okay, and it doesn't find that. Suppose I gave this blank declaration somewhere else, like I gave it over here, and that still is not going to work because it's going to look for a blank declaration inside the statement block, not in the instruction block. So we don't put blanks inside the instruction block. We don't put blanks inside the suggestion block. We put the blank inside the statement block because this is the main statement of the problem. Okay, so this is my blank declaration, and as I pointed out, this is not enough. When I click on verify, it complains that blank name do not match with the answer key provided. So let's go to the answer tab here and declare the answer key. And remember, the blank name I gave here was COVID-19. So that's the blank name I want to declare over here, COVID-19. And I want to give a value for this. And the value for this I want to give is true, or actually just T, because I said just enter a T in the blank. Let's go ahead and verify this. And that works. You see the statement reads as COVID-19 is a disease caused by a virus, and then there's a big blank in front of it. And in this blank, I can fill T or F, or I can actually fill, true, or I can fill false. Anyway, this is just the author side, so these blanks are not evaluated. When they go to the student side, when you make a quiz and they are delivered to the student, these blanks, whatever they fill, will get evaluated, and we'll see that when we come to the quiz. For now, this is the answer key. The blank name is COVID-19 and the value is T. And as you can understand, over here we can declare multiple blanks, and that's why you see there's a tabular form for blank name and value, and which is what we're going to do shortly. So let's go back and verify this one more time. Everything looks okay. This is my question, and this is a complete question. And at this point, I can actually go ahead and comment it. But there are always students in our class who do not listen to the instruction, who do not read the instruction carefully. All they would have read that I have to identify the statement as true or false. And a common mistake they will do is they'll put true over here rather than T or F. If I put true in this blank, that's a wrong answer because the answer has been declared to only the right answer is T. So just the block letter T. So my students must enter only a T inside the blank. To ensure, but we always have students who will not listen to instruction. To make sure that they use acceptable values, will even true is identified as correct even if they make a mistake. So what we'll do is we will allow multiple correct answers. To do that, I'll wrap this T inside a list. So this is a list I'm declaring. My answer can be any one of the following in the list. So what is a list? List contains, list opens with a square bracket, closes with a square bracket, and T is already inside the list. I'm going to go ahead and add also true. And notice that I'm using uh, the single quote. The single quote is the key right next to the return key on the right side of the keyboard. So I'm just using the single quote. Note that this is single quote, not the backtick character. So this is next to the shift key or the return key on the right side of the keyboard, not the backtick character which is on the left side of the keyboard next to 1. So this has got list. I said true, and maybe some of my students will enter true in block letters. That's a possibility. And some of the students will be very naive and they'll just enter true in small letters. Once I do this, my question is going to be correct for all the 4 answers that are entered in the blank. Students can enter T in block letters, they can enter true, they can enter true in small letters, they can enter true in block letters. We've covered pretty much all the combinations that students might end up using. All right, so this is my question and I can go ahead and commit it. And I have just added a fill in the blank question in my committed content. I can go ahead and take a look at it. This is my question. But this is not what I wanted to do. I actually wanted to add multiple statements. So let me go back and edit this one, make it a little bit more complex, a little bit more interesting. So at this point, I'll go ahead and put an enter here. And as we go along, we'll learn some tricks over here. So I entered here and then I want to add a second sentence. The second sentence is 19 and put a full stop here. And after that, let's say declare another blank. Again, this is a text type blank. And we'll give it a new name. We'll call it symptoms. This word can be anything. So look at the blank declaration. The first word is a keyword blank so that the system identifies that you're declaring a blank. The second word is the type of the blank. And there are only 2 types, text and number, and that's declared over here. So blank text, blank name, blank number, blank name. Blank name can be anything. And the first word has to be blank. The second one can be either text or number. The third word is a variable name. It's a blank name and it's alphanumeric containing only small letters. So we're just going to call it symptoms. And in the answer key now you have to declare symptoms. And at this point, if we verify, it's going to give an error because I defined a blank but not declared it in the answer key. So let me go ahead and add another answer key. Symptoms. And I'll just copy this whole thing and paste it over here. And do a verify, and that should work. Yeah, so this is also a correct statement, but now you see that these statements are one after the other. In fact, there's no space in between. And to give a space, we have to put a line break. And the line break we put in with this declaration, with this set of characters. So open angular bracket, BR, close angular bracket. This is the greater than sign. This is the less than sign on your keyboard. And maybe I want to do 2. So let me go ahead and verify. Yeah, that works. So this is first statement, this is second statement. But to make it more clear, maybe I just want to number them. So I'll just go ahead and say first statement, second statement. So students are also clear about that the statement has changed. You can go ahead and verify. Okay, so that's great. Let's go ahead and add third statement. And third statement, I'll just say, according to the common belief. And that's my statement. So let me go ahead and again put a blank here. And this blank name, I'll call it country, and add the answer key country over here. Copy this, copy that, and of course it's a false statement, so I'll go ahead and change all of this to various ways of writing false. And I will go ahead and make that also is false. Let's go ahead and verify it, and that looks all right, no issues there. So my question has now three statements, and my students have to identify each statement as either true or false, and they have to fill in either T or F in the blank. And in the suggestions, again, one more time, we can specify that please fill in either T or F only in the blanks. I mean, being clear, more clear, that is this, they're only expected to put T or F in the blanks. Anyway, we have made our question foolproof of students making silly mistakes, so this should be good. So we just verified. Notice that this question was a simple question, including only text. There was no mathematics involved. We'll look at how to include mathematics in a fill in the blank question in the next video. Let's go ahead and commit this question. And once this question is committed, it'll show up in the library of committed content. So we just completed a fill in the blank question. In the next video, I will show you how to create a fill in the blank question using with some mathematical formulas. See you then.